Hi, welcome to the Going For It Sim Studio. I'm Jeremy, and I'm 6 months into a one-year challenge where I'm gonna go from non-golfer to breaking 80 on a traditional golf course by only learning utilizing simulator technology. July has been the most progressive month for me. It's been the most exciting, and I cannot wait to tell you all about it. The big game changer there was finding Alex Moore on the Skillest app to coach me through my swing. The reason that is so important is because I'm able to get on this app, I can record my swing, Alex goes on, he analyzes that video that I gave him and provides me feedback. I can then immediately come back out here to the sim and I could put that feedback to work. Now, I'm not affiliated with Skillest whatsoever. This is just an application that I find incredibly beneficial for new golfers and avid golfers alike. The most important aspect within that is your coach to student relationship. So please utilize the app for what it's for, and that is being able to look at a list of coaches, look at their resume, and schedule free consultations with at least 5 or 6 of them so that you can find the person that you're gonna feel the most comfortable speaking honestly about. And that goes to how much you're playing and what you're feeling that day or what they're telling you is working or not working. You really want to make sure that you have a good open conversation between your coach. So what happens is I come out here and I put my analysis straight to work. And that's where a simulator just has a massive benefit over not having something like this close by. So I don't have to fit in range time or get out to the course and practice what I was told when I'm in the middle of a round. Because it's July and I'm still trying to maintain an elite level of cycling fitness, I'm a lot busier this time of year than I am generally in the winter. My rides are longer. They're 2, 3, 4, 5 hours long. And I gotta fit golf whether it's before or after that, and I do both on purpose. I wanna see what it's like playing incredibly fatigued, and I wanna see what it's like playing a little bit more on the fresh side. Another big thing that has helped me this month is the Carl's Place divot hitting strip. So I've got a big time injury with tendonitis on the outside of my elbow, which is tennis elbow, golfer's elbows on the inside. And it's all because I've just been hitting so much off the mats. Daily play for almost 6 months. And it's just finally took a toll. For a long time, there was nothing there. And then boom, it hit me pretty hard. So I have to tape it every time I play. But installing that hitting strip, I'm actually able to start the healing process. It's been a big difference in the pain that I feel. So if you're a golfer who has an injury, who doesn't want to get an injury, or just plays a lot inside like I do, I highly recommend spending a little bit of extra money to at least have this as a spare hitting strip just in case you start to feel a little bit of pressure on those joints from so many impacts on the mat. Another brand new thing for me in July was a break. So I had to go to Toronto for 4 days for a sales kickoff at the business that I work for. I'm a couple thousand miles away. I did not have access to my simulator for the first time in 6 months. Believe it or not, the most consecutive time off I've taken was 2 days off, maybe once or twice, early in the challenge when I was working on some back muscle issues that I had. And in the last 3 months, I've probably maybe taken a day off, maybe 2. I've just been playing every day, just grinding. Especially as I got into Skillest, working with Alex, I was really excited just to keep that progression moving forward and forward and forward, and golf just became more and more fun. So I came back from those days off and I had a scare, had quite a big scare actually. I forgot how to swing. It was weird. I didn't like it. I was really frustrated. 35 minutes in, I just called it a day and went in the house. I had something similar to that happen to me at the end of May, early June, where I lost my swing and I just couldn't swing a golf club anymore. And it took weeks for me to get that back. And I'm scared because I didn't know what was gonna happen. I can't afford 4 more weeks of no swing. And so came back out the day after that and shot my lowest score ever. Shot a 69. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw me post a scorecard at Schaumburg, which is a par 71. I was 4 under through 12 and had a first bogey of the round on 13 and then 17 and 18. Now, and I had another birdie in there, so it made me just 2 under. So that round though, what's important about that is it was clean. And what I mean by a clean round is I wasn't playing out of the bushes constantly. In a simulator, if you get stuck in some bushes or really deep rough, it doesn't make a difference, and it's like you're hitting a clean shot. There were only 2 shots in that entire round that had me thinking, man, if I was outside in this situation, I'm not gonna get it closer to the green. I'm gonna have to go out and then up. Or it would have had me in a position where I can't find the ball. Obviously in a simulator, you find your ball every time. So those are advantages that I look at while I'm playing around when I'm trying to compare myself, like what's it gonna be like getting outside. Speaking of being outside, I was able to visit a gem of a course here locally called the Tethero Golf Club in Bend, Oregon. It's one of the top 100 courses in the country. And I was able to go check out their outdoor range. The reason I did that, based on a tip from the folks over at About Golf, was, hey, you got to get outside and you need to make sure that your shot trajectory and your distances are lining up to what you're seeing in the simulator. Great idea, and I'm really glad I did. One of the realizations I got was this whole time, the last 6 months, even time before I even started the challenge, I'd speak to golfers and they would tell me, hey, Jeremy, your approach and your putting is where you're going to have the hardest time. You're not going to be able to get that out of a simulator that you are going to be able to get from learning outside. You're going to struggle when you go outside. So I went out there expecting that. So it was the first time I ever hit a ball off grass. And the funny thing was I was scared to death to take a divot. And I just couldn't get my long irons to work unless I got a perfectly flush shot. When I did, the distances lined up fine. The shot trajectory was exactly what I was seeing here on the sim. So that made me happy and confident. So then I rolled down and I went down and did some closer approach shots. There were 3 pins I could go for. There was 75 yards, 90 yards, and there was a 135. And those 3 pins, I was nailing it. I mean, it was enough for me to say I was consistently getting it within 10 feet of those 3 pins. It was blowing my mind how much control I had over the ball for those 3. You know, yeah, it did. No, actually, you know what? It didn't take me that long to figure out the distance because I know what 75 yards feels like, and I was able to hit it 75 yards. It was wild. So from there, I moved to the putting green, which was my personal fear because I thought the putting is really where it was going to hurt me bad. It was tournament speed greens, or at least I think they were. They're very fast. It's just what the course is known for. And they have a great putting green. It's really big. It had 3 levels to it. And it just took me a couple minutes to get the speed down and how hard to hit the ball. And I was sinking pretty much everything within 20 to 25 feet in 2 putts. And I even got one at about 20, 22 feet that went in. And that was fun. I cannot wait to get out on the course and do that some more. The joy of making a long putt outside definitely beat the joy of making a long putt inside, I'll tell you what. So that tells me that what I'm learning on About Golf, the training I get from putting into the cup every time, what I get from the short game here is very accurate, which is not what I hear a lot about simulators. So I'm happy to say that I think my approach and my putting game is definitely looking strong. And I'm very happy with that, and I cannot wait to get outside. So what does that mean for the next 6 months? What's going to happen with going for it as I go from month 6 to actually playing outside in February? Well, first of all, I'm going to give myself the full 12 months. I've made that decision. I'm not going to try to do it earlier. As much as I want to, just that competitive level, I really do want to go out there and try to do it a little bit quicker. But I want to give myself the best chance I can because honestly, I think 80 is going to be very hard. I think 90 is absolutely in the target. 100 is no problem. But 80 is going to be difficult. So I want to give myself the best chance I can. Alex and I think we're pretty good at my swing now for hitting the ball straight. What I need to work on is just consistency, making sure I continuously get my depth and transition my weight the correct way. I get lazy and I don't finish my swings. I need to make sure I give every shot the attention that it absolutely needs. Continue to work on my grip, continue to work on my stance and make sure that that is dialed so I don't have to think about it when I get on top of the ball. And then we're going to start working on some shot shaping. I need to have a couple different shots in my bag that I can hit when needed when I get outside to be able to move the ball the way I want to. The good news is that About Golf has that really well set up. It's something that I haven't even played yet, but they've got some really cool games that help you learn how to shape your shot, whether it's fade, draw, a flop or a punch, basically using walls and glass and obstacles that you have to get around. Definitely looking forward to diving into that. That's going to be a heck of a challenge. Please like, follow, and subscribe. I'm asking you to tell all your friends, because the more I talk about this with golfers and folks who are interested in golf, the excitement that I'm hearing from people really makes me smile. It's really cool. I am so happy to be learning this game. The joy is there. It's something I think about every single day, and I cannot wait to get out in the sim and play. I will see you guys next time. Hey. Ooh.